Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to FreeCodeCamp. We're on the JavaScript algorithms and data structures certification. You can find the previous courses like the pyramid generator, the role-playing game, calorie calculator, music player, data formatter, a football team cards app, a to-do app, and currently we are doing the learning recursion by building a decimal to binary converter. We're on step 30, so we will continue. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you find it helpful. So now for step 30, it says we're going to use the push to append the quotient variable to the quotants array and append the remainder variable to the remainders array. So it says use push to append. So we're going to do quotient dot push, and we're going to push it to the quotants just like this. And now we're going to do the same thing for the remainder and do remainder dot push. Oh, I'm sorry, it's supposed to be the other way around. So it's supposed to be quotants and then quotient variable, and the same thing for the remainder. So it's going to be remainders dot push to the this pushes it to the remainders array. So this is our array of remainders. We're going to use dot push, and then we're going to push the variable remainder just like this. So now, step 31, it says now it's a good time to check our work. So we're going to log the text input followed by a comma, followed by the input array to the console. So in the console log, I'm going to do a string inputs, and then we're going to follow it by a comma, so we could put in the inputs array, just like this. So next we're going to log the text. So now we're going to log the text quotants followed by the comma followed by quotants array, and also the remainders. So now, just like we did in the last step, we can do console.log quotants, so string quotants, and then a comma, the array quotants. Oh, I forgot the comma here. And same thing for the remainders. So console.log remainders and the remainders array. So now step 33, it says if we enter number 6 and click convert button, we'll see the following outputs. So let's open our console up, put 6 here and convert, and we do see the exact same outputs. So we notice that the remainders array is a binary representation of the 6, but in reverse order. So we're going to use the reversed method to reverse the order of the remainders array and then join the empty strings as a separator. Then we're going to set the result inner text equal to the binary string. So it says that we're going to use the reverse method to reverse the order of the remainders array. So we could do remainders dot reverse method like this, and then we could do dot join, training dot join, and empty strings as a separator, and then we're going to set result dot inner equal to this. So we could do result dot inner text is equal to remainders. So it could be result.innerText.remainders. So the remainders array, we're going to reverse that, and then we're going to use the join method by chaining it, and then we're going to use the quotes as a, or the empty strings as a separator, just like this. So now step 34, it says that our decimal to binary function works well, but there is an issue because the condition in our while loop, it only works for numbers greater than 0. So if we try to convert 0 to a binary, nothing will be added to the page. So to fix this, we're going to add a if statement, check if the input is equal to 0. So we could do that first. So we're going to do if. So whatever we put in these parentheses is true. So input is the condition. So if input is equal, we gotta do equal equal equal. So it checks, and single equal sign is assignment. And then we're gonna open the body up, and we're gonna leave it empty for now, just like this. So now step 35, it says within the body of the if statement, we're gonna set inner text property of result equal to the string 0, and then use the return statement to break the function early. So now we can do result dot inner text, and it says we're gonna make it equal to a string 0, just like this. Then you're gonna use the return statement to break the function earlier, just like this. So now step 36, it says now our decimal to binary function is complete. Feel free to play around, but there is some ways to improve. For example, it's not necessary to keep the track of the inputs and quotients. We can clean things up so the function is more efficient. So first we're going to remove everything in the body of the decimal. So let's play around first. 24 will give us this. So 244, let's try 0, and okay, perfect. So now it says first remove everything in the body of the decimal to binary. So line 5, we have our decimal to binary function, and it wants us to remove everything inside the body. So all of this. Now we just have an empty body, and then it says we're going to create a variable named binary, and it's not into an empty string. So we're going to do let, we're going to use let to create a variable, because this will be changing. So binary is equal to an empty string, just like this. So now step 37, it says since we want to display the result of the conversion, we're going to assign the binary variable to the inner text property of result. So we're going to assign the binary variable to the inner text property of result. So we do result dot inner text is equal to binary, just like this. So now we're going to create a while loop that runs as long as the input is greater than 0. Inside the loop, we're going to assign 0. So let's create a while loop. So while, and then we're going to do the condition input is greater than 0. We're going to open it up, and then inside the body we're going to assign 0 to the input for now. And so we're going to do input is equal to 0. So this input equal to 0 is so we could prevent an infinite loop for now. So now it says step 39, we're going to recall that. So we recall that each time the loop runs, the input is the quotient of the previous value of the input divided by 2. Run it down. So eventually input is less than 1, and loop stops running. So we could do this in a single step. So inside our while loop, we're going to set input equal to the quotient of the input divided by 2. And it says remember to use math.floor to round the quotient down. So it says in our while loop, we're going to set input. So instead of equal to 0, we're going to set it to math.floor so we could round. And then inside here, we're going to set it equal to the quotient of the input divided by 2. So our input should be equal to our quotient of the input divided by 2. So input dot let's see what's going on over here. So let me restart this lesson. And for now, we could just do something like this. So it says our input should be equal to the quotient. So in order to get the quotient of the input divided by 2, it should be math.floor to round it down. Inside here, our input should be equal to the quotient of the input. So input, use the percent sign to get the quotient plus 2. No, huh. Within our while loop. Oh, wow. So our input is equal to math.floor input divided by 2. That's what it should be. And this is because we're going to set input equal to the quotient of the input divided by 2. So in our previous version of this function, it says we push the remainder of the input divided by 2 to the binary array. And later we reversed it to join the entries into a binary number string. So it says it will be easier to use a string concatenating within the loop to build a binary string from right to left, so we don't need to reverse it later. So first we're going to use the remainder operator. So in the last step I was using the remainder operator. So first we're going to use the remainder operator, set binary equal to the remainder of input divided by 2. So we're going to do, it says we're going to set binary, so we do binary is equal to math.floor it says equal to the input of the quotient, or so we use the remainder operator of 2. Hmm. Oh, it should be input divided by 2. Just like this. Okay. Maybe no math dot floor. Alright, first we use the remainder operator set binary equal. First use remainder to set binary equal to the remainder of input divided by 2. So it should be just input and then remainder 2, just like this. So now you can find step 41 in my next video, which should be coming up tomorrow. See you guys.